What's going on, guys? I wanted to go ahead and come on here and congratulate Saul Canelo Alvarez on becoming a world champion in what is now his fourth division. Okay, before you start to hear everyone's opinions and everyone's thoughts and all the criticism before all that, before the opinions come in. Let's go ahead and talk about the facts. And the facts are that, in all seriousness, I know I did my post fight. That's all in good fun, but I really wanted to come on here and say this, man. In all honesty, I think this was a really good performance by Canelo. Um, it's the evolution of the man continues. All right, the evolution of Canelo continues, and I wanted to go ahead and come on here and kind of say it. You know what I mean? Yeah, hey, Rod, I know, man. Look, I'm already seeing it right now, and it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? Personally, I think it's sad. Anyway, can you hear me? Let me am I okay? Well, you obviously hear me because you responded to me. So yeah, young Merv, you can box. Of course you can. And you know what's sad, man? I gotta see people like. Here's the thing: is Canelo above criticism and all that? No, of course not. No fighter is, by the way. None. Not even your favorite fighter, whoever it is. All right, but it's he offered Caleb Plant to fight, right? And even if you say, no, but well, Caleb needed more time or what? Okay, cool. But you can't like turn around and just accuse the guy of ducking. Like he offered Caleb Plant to fight. So if you think Caleb is better, then go take it up with Caleb. He's gonna fight Caleb Truax. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Truax, get the fuck out of here. Billy Joe Saunders just fought an old Martin Murray. All right. Like we have Benavides can't even make weight. All right. Dude can't even make weight. And that dude he beat wasn't better than Smith anyway. So what are we doing here? Like, why are we? Why can't this guy just get his congratulations? Why is there people that just want to see him fail? Just like they just want him gone for like. You should hear some of the things I hear people say. Like they say about like some of the worst things about this guy. Like he's so terrible for the sport. Oh, he's not holding up anything. It's a middleweight fight. He ain't holding you the fuck up with anything. No, nobody's stopping Andre and Charlo from unifying at 160. Canelo's at 168 right now, and he says he wants to unify. Well, what else do you guys want? Isn't that what everybody says they want? That they want Undisputed? That's what people say. People say, I want Undisputed. You know what I mean? That's what they say. And he literally said, hey, I want all the belts. I want all the belts. Like he's saying he wants all of them. That means Caleb Plant. But everybody wants to criticize Canelo. But Caleb Plant's fighting Caleb Truax. Are you kidding me? Billy Joe Saunders fought Martin Murray. Are you fucking shitting me? You can't be serious. So the way I see it, I think he deserves full, because your opinion aside, he beat a champion, right? Because there's people that insert their opinion to downplay what he accomplished. Because you do that, it's a tactic people do. Oh, really? Him? Like, and then I'm pretty certain there's videos right now live where they're downplaying it, right? So, look, obviously, I felt Canelo was going to win, right? I called it before the fights, whatever. You know what I mean? But it is just amazing. But what I really wanted to come on here and say is Canelo is great for boxing, right? And people got to get over some of the politics that happened early in his career. Okay, just get over it already. Like I didn't approve of the way he won the belt at 154, against Matthew Haddon and all, but that's been years ago. He's more than made up for that already. All right. It is getting old. That's what I will say. It's getting old, guys. Like I get that doing hate videos on Canelo gets you views, and maybe that's what your audience wants. It's red meat for whoever your audience. Okay, it's whatever to me. All right. But I ain't gonna engage in that. Not me. What's going on, Haplo? A Stone, Young Merv. So what we need to understand is, he had a great performance here, and I mean the last 2 rounds. I mean, Smith was just trying to survive. He was looking up at the clock and shit. He was trying to survive in there. He just didn't want to get knocked out. That's he didn't show out. He didn't after a while, he just stopped. He was grinding his teeth and throwing back at times, and I'll kind of break down the fight later, but just kind of give you a brief summary. I like how Canelo starts the pressure, slowly. He doesn't start like immediately. He doesn't go for a jugular right away. He doesn't like just ding, ding, boom, goes right at you. He just he's always there. And he slowly starts to build it up as the fight progresses. Kind of feels you out in the first round. And in the second round, he picks it up just a little bit. Like it's really subtle, To notice the difference of how he's picking up the pace, you got to look at it from round 1 to like round 4 to really notice it. Because round by round, you don't really notice it, but before you know it, it's like, whoa, he's really on his ass. And he kind of felt that by round 5. And I think Smith was feeling it. He was losing steam on his punches. He was missing a lot. He was missing his uppercut a lot. Canelo was doing a good job kind of bending at the waist and coming back up, making him miss the uppercut. The uppercut, you exert a lot of energy when you throw it because you're going against gravity. You know what I mean? And you keep missing it over and over again. It just adds to the fatigue. Canelo was doing a good job landing the jab right at the forehead to pop the head back, put strain on the back of the neck. He would also shoot straights right down the middle. He would kind of shoot, to the body, like over the elbow. I mean, he was doing a really good job, just finding little small windows, piercing through the guard. And he was able to take advantage of using the high guard because Smith has to duck low to shoot to the body. And credit to him, he tried at times, but Canelo, he was just so compact, he never really let him do anything to the body, and the timing, like Haplotype said, was really good. He would counter him upstairs, and he just took his time. Like it was real subtle how he applied pressure, and the pressure just subtly grew and grew and grew and grew. Like he just added to the pressure round after round. Like he's almost mastered how to pace himself the right way, but at the same time apply constant pressure. Like Callum Smith would look up at the clock. I mean, this guy was feeling it. He was feeling it. It was like, whoa, like, can this guy give me a moment here? And he was also catching a lot of the shots from Callum. He almost, I think maybe once Callum landed 2 consecutive punches. He never let him land more than 2 punches, right? He would land something, boom, he would miss the next one. Make him, like Callum had to throw like 5-6 punches to get something in, man. That just exerts like so much energy. And when you kind of put it all together, the constant pressure, the jab to the forehead, the shots to the body, kind of picking his. He was very selective because that's the one thing Callum Smith kind of realized, right? Callum used like a Midwest kind of stance. And I know he's from England, but his hands were a little low there, so his elbows can be in position to kind of block that long torso, and then he would just do enough to pick up the guard when Canelo would shoot upstairs. But Canelo was doing such a good job just kind of piercing through those small windows. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are going to trash Callum, but he was in there against, in my opinion, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That's who he was in there against. Now, do I think Callum beats Benavidez? No. Do I think he beats Plant? I don't, but we don't know for sure, right? But nonetheless, if this was a top 3, top 4, super middleweight in the world, and a champion, and a guy who won this, the tournament, all that good stuff, the ring champion, right? And to become Undisputed, you got to beat everybody, right? So he started with him, and he did offer Plant the fight. But now that he's a free agent, we could do these fights. Now, no one's going to call for these other guys to fight each other and unify, right? Well, nobody's saying, hey, Billy Joe and Plant, why do you guys fight each other? No. Plant's fighting fucking Caleb, fucking Truax and shit, But nobody wants to bitch and make nonstop videos about that. Nobody. And the best way I could kind of explain, like, the pressure that Canelo was applying, right? I mean, if it kind of seemed like, kind of like when you lift weights, you know what I mean? Okay, if, I'm going to have you bench, just 30 pounds. I'm going to do like 20 reps in the first round. All right, that's it, And then second round, he just adds about 5 pounds a piece. Boom, boom. An extra 10 pounds. Okay, do the reps again. Boom, boom, right? And then, okay, I'm going to add 10 pounds now. Boom, boom. Right? You know what I mean? And then you keep doing those reps. And that's kind of how he applies the pressure. You know what I mean? And it kind of, it allows him to pace himself well. It allows him to continue pressuring guys. And it allows him to, like, catch him off guard. If that makes sense, like, he catches them off guard with, like, before they know it, they're like, why am I being pressured like this? When did this start? And it's like they don't quite know, right? I feel like Callum Smith was feeling like for the first 4 rounds, I think he felt the pressure, but he felt I could take this. This isn't a big deal, like this isn't a big deal here. But then, like, I think by round 5 or 6, he was like, whoa, you know what I mean? He was like, whew, like, he was like, okay, I'm really feeling it here. And then I think he realized, like, round after round, it just became more and more, and you got to kind of pay attention closely to realize what he did. And those that don't see, well, it'll happen to your fighter when they get in the ring with Canelo. All right. The other thing is Canelo has that, like, he hooks off the jab, man. It's really beautiful because he was shooting the jab. And, one of the reasons he wanted to establish that jab, right, was to make sure, if Smith tries to parry it or, he moves his head to the side, then Canelo can kind of shoot the hook instead of the jab. And he caught him several times with that. I think that was beautifully set up too. And I think by round 9, Canelo kind of knew, like, okay, I got it. Like, I don't really need to do more than this, And he continued doing the same thing. He continued pressuring him. He continued punishing him. But I still think, honestly, I think there's another gear. And he didn't have to step on it. It's like he kind of like, I don't have to press on that gear. Like, I don't have to. Now, anyone who wants to criticize this fight, then you need to present me with better fights, right? Who at 175, 168, and 160 fought better opposition than Callum Smith? Can you count them in one hand for me? It's somebody? Can anybody do that? And then the zone has this audacity to try and push for this Golovkin fight. Look, I didn't even talk about the Golovkin fight on my shows this week. Gennady Golovkin's done. He's slow. Do you understand? He's got no shot. Callum has no shot at all. Okay? Well, Callum had no shot, but anyway, Gennady Golovkin, I'm sorry. He has no shot. It's an easy fight for Canelo. Canelo would be criticized to the moon for taking that fight, so why should he take it? What does Canelo win out of fighting Gennady Golovkin again? What does he win? Does anybody understand? Now, if somebody could name me names of better opposition, the guys at 160, 168, and 175 are fighting, I would love to hear them. I would love to hear it. Guess what? His litigation is over. Right? He's done with the litigation. He has his freedom now. He's a free agent. He doesn't have to fight on his own. And he says he wants all the belts, including those two PBC bitches, Smith and Benavidez, who won't even fight each other, but nobody wants to do constant videos about that. Smith ducked him twice. He offered Charlo $15 million. What else do you want from the guy? What do you want from him? Comes in like he really wanted a fight. This was a last-second made fight for Canelo. That's what this was. What fighter do you know, like, comes from a 13-month layoff and, just says, and just has like a couple weeks to make a fight and just fights a champion like that? Who do you know that does that? Who do you know that does that? Until you give me names, then I don't know what else there is to say. I don't know what else there is to say. That's right. I had Tukui. Blooded him all. Blooded him up. Beat him up in every facet of the game. I gave Smith 2 rounds in that fight. And both those rounds were close. So, yes, boxing historian. I am a fan of Canelo. So, why do people like? Why is it the popular thing on YouTube to not like Canelo? Like, it's like so easy to do. Maybe because like I don't know what it is, but what do you guys want from the guy? I'm not saying that's you, Bob, but it's like a weird question. Like, you like Canelo? Like, this is the way people ask it. Yeah, I like Canelo. So let's make it cool to be a Canelo fan again. How about that? All right. It's like it's this whole like let's make Canelo the piñata and let's blame him for everything wrong with the sport and all this other shit. It's ridiculous, right? JC says I'm a Canelo fan for show. All right. I think rounds 1 and 5 Haplo, but they're very close, and I could have like round 5. It could have been a comparative round. I will admit that, but I'll rewatch it though. You know what I mean? There might have been another one you could argue for him, like if you really want to try, but round 1 and 8, yeah, 8. I remember 8. That may be the one I'm thinking about, but so NYYMX, I was a big fan of Canelo, but it's getting difficult to criticize him now with all these other fighters. And look, doing the same. I hear you. Look, here's the thing, right? I used to criticize Canelo guys, and I believe they were very valid criticisms, right? Like him fighting for his first world title at a catch weight, against a guy that wasn't even in that weight class was bullshit. You know what I mean? That's why I criticized him for it. But like anyone who's still hanging on to little shit like that, like, oh, it took so long to fight Golovkin. Like what do you want from the guy? He was at 154, moved up, fought Cotto, right? Cotto was the champion. Like it's like this. It's like saying that Spence is aging Crawford. Like, you guys do know that's been going on long. Like the Crawford Spence thing has been going on longer than the Canelo Triple G thing. He actually fought him, and then they're like begging him to fight him a third time. It's an easy fight for him, and there's a lot of boxing fans out there that would buy that fight. Okay, and he's like, nah, like I have bigger fish to fry now. He's moving on. Canelo could have told DAZN, you're going to pay me $30 million to fight De La Hoya? Okay. Canelo could have said, oh, you're going to pay me $30 million to box Jorge Masvidal? Sure. Canelo said no to all those things. He said he wants to fight champions in the sport. He sued Golden Boy and DAZN's calling bullshit. All right. And now they're begging him back after he won the case. You know what I mean? But give the guys credit, man. It's not that hard. Like, I'm not saying you got to be the fan of the guy. All right. I'm not saying take the pom-poms out. I'm just saying give the guys credit. If you're fair, like, just be objective. Like this is. I agree with what NYY Max. I couldn't have said it any better. Check that out. Batman, baby. Batman theme month. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys aren't doing anything. In all honesty, like, what is Andre doing? What is he doing? I want all these guys to do great things. I want them all to fight each other. But the one fighting more of the guys is Canelo. Like, it's just the truth. Like, you're criticizing Canelo for beating a champion at a weight class that he only fought in once. You know what I mean? Even if you say, hey, well, because I was the weakest champion. Okay. Like, he says he wants to fight all of them. Right? So what do you want from the guy? I still stand by the criticisms I had in the past. And I had Mexican people say, oh, you need to support Canelo no matter what. Like, nah, dude, I'm just going to call shit like it is. Right? Like, it's like right now, it's ridiculous to, criticize the guy right now. I'm sorry. He's collecting all the belts. What are you doing to get in the way of that? What are the other guys doing? Hey, Benavidez, he's got your belt. You want to get it back? What are you going to do about it? Benavidez missed. You get punished for breaking the rules. Okay. Benavidez, okay, missed weight. That's unprofessional. I don't want to hear all this crying, all this fake outrage over, oh, he took his belt. It's unfair. Like, he's the idiot that lost the belt. As Ashley Knuckles says, red is a fucking problem. You understand? This guy's a problem, man. I'm telling you right now, he's a problem. This ain't the same fighter, by the way, that fought Floyd. It's not the same guy. If you think it's the same guy, you don't know what you're watching. He has evolved, believe me. He's he's just improving every fight. You know what I mean? And again, I understand that Canelo is, not perfect, right? Like nobody is. But if you keep the same energy for every fighter, you're going to be criticizing everybody. It better be if it's a 175. Maybe Canelo fights him in the future, but right now Canelo's campaigning at 168. That's where he's campaigning right now. Like Canelo moved up to fight Kovalev, right? And now everybody's like, "Oh, you got to fight everybody!" Like you must be really desperate to see this guy lose. If that's the case, sorry, like, it must be a desperation. He wants to unify at 168. Okay, isn't that fair? Isn't that reason to give him credit? Aren't fights with Caleb Plant, and Billy Joe Saunders good fights? And are we really going to criticize him for fighting Smith when Caleb Plant's fighting Caleb Truax and Billy Joe Saunders just fought fucking an old fucking Martin Murray? These guys are fighting dudes that were relevant in 2012, dude. Okay? These guys were contenders like back in like the late 2000s, 2010. This is ridiculous, dude. I gotta bring back the rendition of Baby Nuts. Like these dudes haven't been good in 10 years. So now what I want to say is this, man. I've seen people do live streams talking about how Canelo's bad for the sport and he's holding up divisions, and that is the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life. These guys at 160 can get it on, man. Okay, they could unify over there. Canelo's not fighting there right now. Nothing's stopping them from fighting each other. Nothing, right? Benavidez' plan have been talking about killing each other in the streets and sending each other to the hospital and all that big talk, but they never signed a fight. Okay? But they never fought. All that talk, Caleb Plant, all right, and Benavidez, all right, have been talking a lot of shit. You understand? Benavidez said he's going to send this dude to the hospital, right? Yet they can't sign a fucking contract to fight. Like, you can legally put this dude in the hospital if you want, right? Like, it'll be legal in a boxing ring. But they won't sign the fight, guys. Do you understand? I don't know about no Canelo. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's all Canelo's the one that needs to fight every single, like Dickstown. Line them all up. And Canelo needs to fight them all. And they don't need to fight each other. What other sport do you know that works that way? Does Federer just chill? Like at the U.S. Open, does he just chill? Does he just watch while another dude has to play everybody to face him at the end? Like, is there a team that's already in the Super Bowl and only one team needs to play and beat everybody to get there? No, right? Do they just put somebody in the like? How does that work? You know, just imagine if like this is what we asked of everybody. Like we told LeBron, like none of these other teams have to play in the playoffs. You have to beat every single one of them to be to be the the NBA champ. Like just imagine that. You know how ridiculous that is. You have to be very looking at it from a very Canelo centric perspective to say, right? You got to be looking at it from a very Canelo-centric perspective to say, he needs to do this. He needs to do that. Him. Oh, his opponents are his Canelo. His opponents are trash. But in order, the way it works in this world, this is how it works in life. Okay? If you're going to present to me that what he's doing is trash, then you need to present me with someone else that's doing better. So if Canelo is trash, what the fuck is Plant's opponent? Dumpster juice? Shout out to you, Funky. Like, let me repeat this for you guys once again. If you're going to criticize Canelo for fighting Smith, who was a WBA super and ring champion, who won a tournament to win the ring belt, if you're going to criticize him for beating him, but you don't keep the same energy for Caleb Plant, who's fighting Caleb Truax, who hasn't been relevant in 10 fucking years, who lost to Jermaine Tater like 10 years ago or more than that, right? And you're not going to keep the same energy for Benavidez or fighting the bumps he's fucking fighting, and they're not even making weight at that. And then you're not going to keep the same energy for Billy Joe Saunders for fighting fucking Martin Murray. Not to mention, Canelo saying, I want all of them. He offered to fight to Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant turned him down twice. He offered $15 million to Charlo. Charlo turned it down. His own fucking brother aired him out on that. So what's all this? Like, you guys got to understand, there's a concerted effort to just overlook the things Canelo's trying to do as well, not just everybody else. Okay? You need to understand that. There's valid criticism. You want to criticize him for the Clenbuterol and all that? Okay, cool. But people are coming up with all these crazy conspiracies, whatever it is, just to discredit him. Shout out to Zone in the chat, by the way. Coach K. 92 AKU. Right now, Canelo wants to be a belt collector, right? He wants to collect all the belts. He wants to become undisputed at 168. It's all these other motherfuckers that don't want to fight each other and just they want to cash out. Okay? Caleb Plant wants to cash out, obviously. I need more time. 3 to 4 months isn't enough time. I need more time. Dude, you're going to be like 31 years old already. How much more fucking time do you need? You're running out of time. Can somebody tell Caleb Plant he hasn't fought anybody and he's running out of time? Can somebody tell him this? So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. And lastly, man, Canelo's so good for boxing, man. You know, he really is. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That was an epic entrance, by the way. Okay. Viva Mexico. Viva Canelo. I think it was a great performance. And we live in an age where people want to take away what you do. You know what I mean? They don't want to give people props. You know? Okay, cool. That's the way it is. But they want to give other people props for not doing nowhere near what this guy's doing. You want me to say something right now? Callum Smith is better than anybody Crawford's fought at 147, pound for pound. He's a better fighter than any of them. Mean Machine and Horn included. So how about that? Why don't you let that one sink in? Because we want to talk about who's better, who's not, and all this other bullshit. And Canelo didn't get knocked down. How about that? So, we all saw Crawford get dropped with the crossover by Mean Machine. So, so how about that? I know that was going to sink in. All right, it's debatable. It's debatable. Boxing historian, debatable. Horny ain't all that special to me at all. Actually, he's just a dirty fighter and all that. But it's cool. Okay. I think a guy with Smith's style beats Horn. To be honest, jab him. He has a better jab than Horn. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got him with that killer crossover, bro. That's right, something. I think this version of Smith is definitely fresher and all that than Cal Brook. So you let that sink in however the fuck you want it to sink in. Okay? Saul Canelo Alvarez with the good performance. In fact, I'll say great performance. Good job, making a miss. You know, I'm going to call them reverse traps because usually a trap is like when you set him up to hit him with a big shot. But Canelo would kind of like, you know, put himself in position where he looked open for the uppercut and move out of the way and make this guy like miss the uppercut. He had him almost turn when he would throw the hook, almost turning like 180 sometimes later in the fight as fatigue started kicking in. He was just missing shots like crazy, and Canelo kind of just stayed in that gear and being able to move gears, go up and down in gears is something Canelo has added to his arsenal in the last 5 or 6 years, man. And that's making him a lot dangerous. So can he be better BF? I mean, he can, but I mean, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Better be as big, strong. That it's a war, but he might be too much for Canelo, but who knows? But at 168, he's the man. Yes, the attacks and the ropes did save him. And he went on survival mode in the last 2 rounds. He went on survival mode. So better be if though, man, that Russian's problems. Okay. That Russian is a problem. Let me just say that right now. So 168, you've been put on notice. All right. Somebody tell Billy Joe Saunders Canelo's looking for him. Somebody tell Caleb Plant Canelo's been looking for him. Okay. I ain't ready. What type of bullshit is that? Call him out to a fight in the schoolyard. Dude said his mom's gonna pick him up. That's what Caleb Plant did. All right. No, but he needed more time to train. And like, are you fucking shitting me right now? I need more to like. Well, what do you need? This is enough 2-week notice, bro. Like 3 months is good. Saunders and Plant's got to do it, bro. That's the only way to get Undisputed going. And fans have to pressure those motherfuckers to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? How will Canelo deal with Saunders' movement? Man. Ace Stone, I don't remember actually, to be honest with you. Zero pressure for Plant to get any work done, but I understand there are levels to this. Yeah. What did Canelo want next? He said he wants to unify, Mike. Does not want to fight Golovkin for some reason, but it's whatever. He doesn't seem interested in the Golovkin fight at all. Golovkin fan swears because he's scared, right? But the rest of us know it wouldn't even be a fight. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird situation. Superb performance, absolutely. Canelo beats him down. Yeah. I mean, people need to understand that. I mean, it was a great performance, and that's all I got to say about it. You know what I mean? Um, and I got to say, I mean, I think it's fair to say that Canelo has taken that torch for Mexican boxing, and like he's this era's Mexican great. And he's doing a lot of things, man. He's doing his thing. Can't hate on the guy. Yeah, Sax Batter. I don't know what it is, man. Like the Golovkin fans need to know that I like to see Golovkin fight either Charlo or Munguia. Munguia is probably the most winnable fight for him, but it's time for Triple G to stop cloud chasing Canelo and fight some of the other champions in 160, or if he wants to move up and challenge like a Billy Joe Saunders, get a belt, and Canelo can fight you. You know what I mean? Like it's Canelo wants Undisputed, so make it easier. You know, um, Plant's not helping matters, but I need to remind you guys that Canelo is now a free agent. He doesn't have to fight with the zone. They could do a Fox pay-per-view, with Benavidez and Plant. You know what I mean? He can go to the zone and fight Saunders. So he has that flexibility. And I hope other fighters take note. There's no need to have exclusive contracts with networks, and having this freedom, especially when you're already a star, is the way to go. Crawford, once you're done with a top rank, do not sign another. Somebody tell Crawford to not sign another long-term contract with Top Rank, please. Please. Okay? Doesn't mean you don't have to work with Top Rank anymore. Just go fight by fight. All right? So if you want to do a fight with a PBC fighter, you can fight with PBC. If somebody signs with, if whatever it is, if Ramirez, Tater, or Prograis move up to 147. You want to do a fight with them, and they're with Top Rank. You can work with Top Rank, okay? If Pacquiao signs with Top Rank again, then you have the freedom of doing that, like whatever it is, right? Just don't sign another long-term contract, please. That's all I got to say. Yes, 1 or 2 fight deals. That's it. Okay. Anyways, guys, it is getting late. I am tired, man. I'm tired. I appreciate everyone coming through. Make sure you hit my like button. And I said what I said, man. Viva Canelo. Viva Mexico. Great performance, man. All right. I'm out. Peace.